Desktop. Live. Alright, I'm on it.
What do you see?
I can hear myself talking on it. I see you in the command center.
Alright.
Oh, this is trippy.
Just mute your side of the video.
True. Alright, muted.
Alright, so we got quests, we got your map, and the command. So under command you have heroes. You have your main hero list, which is everything you have in your collection.
I'm just gonna listen to, the stream is delayed from what I'm actually hearing from you.
Okay.
Yeah, so, should I mute you and then listen to the stream? That way I can hear what you're talking about as you explain it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so you have hero loadouts. You have your primary. This is your character and slot that you'll be running. The higher the level it is, the more health and shields that you'll have. You have two supports, a primary and a secondary. When you look really closely, there'll be two little icons. Those identify as your primary or secondary. The higher the level they are, the more health and shields they provide. Supports do not increase your power level, only your main hero will. During the next update, or one of the next updates, there'll be a total of 5 supports and your main, so that'll give you more options to go with. Something you can do is when you are going under the inspection, you can press the right analog to rotate. It'll go over to bonuses. It'll tell you what it is. There are some supports that are limited to certain characters that you play with, and some that are active.
Oh, okay.
Like a good example would be the Pinata dude here. He gives you the slow effect on anti-material charge, which is the breaking fist for farming. Defenders, you need to have a defender's odd floor trap, and
Pinata llama dude looks crazy.
Of a player, if you're ever short any player, or if you're in a higher level zone, you can have 4 players plus defenders. Legendary has a higher level than the epic, and it just works down the chain. They do not affect your power level at all. They are just performance. Expeditions, kind of like side quests that you would have done for the Assassin's Creed Black Flag. No one ever truly uses this. It's just a waste of time and effort. Survivors are the biggest impact on your power level. The power level allows you to perform in certain maps. Like a higher level area has a higher level power level that you need to perform, or even access for that matter. So you can look at your survivors as a under the manage for everything you own. As a starter, you're going to want to aim for purples, and eventually you'll do purple and legendary, and then eventually you'll do a combination of that and mythic, and then you'll want to rotate up to legendary mythic alone. What they're for is you slot them into your squads. As a beginner, once you unlock the squads, you're only going to have like a few slots, and then as you progress and do certain objectives and requirements and you meet these things, you'll get more slots to work with. They also provide a personality. When you get the personality match, they actually go up. If they don't match, they stay red and standard as to what their level would be. The other thing that you want to keep an eye out for is the ability bonus. The abilities are useful. They don't take effect during main game. They really only take effect during home base shield defense, which you do need. That's the biggest mission that'll give you V-Bucks on the spot. You can actually upgrade these guys and you evolve them. Let's see here. And when you evolve them, there are certain materials that you have to collect that you could either find through missions or through the weekly event store. So right now I have a decent alignment on some of them I don't. But it's a work in progress. Like you can get shield defense, shield bonus, like a regen, trap durability, trap damage, ability damage, ranged damage, health bonus, shield bonus, trap health, just a whole bunch of different things that you can go with. Alright, now we have upgrades. These are your gadgets. I prefer to call them tacticals. They're abilities that you can use when you're going into a game. You can only go with 2. I would strongly recommend using the hover turret and the healing. Now, if you prefer as a soldier, you can probably run the airstrike, or there's other things that you can go with. You have to meet certain levels on your upper right here. That will allow you to access certain things. When you rotate the tools, it'll also give you the option to upgrade your backpack size and everything else that you'll see here. You can see where it's locked, it'll have a level requirement. So the Storm Shield storage is a storage outside of your backpack. This is what you can pull when you're in your shield defense. I can actually show that to you now. So this is the storage. It'll be on your right, and the backpack is on left. This is things that you can put away, and you can keep as something you don't want to get rid of. And everything on the left is what you have in whatever game that you decide to hop into. Alright, then we have research. Research will allow you to pump levels into your performance. It'll tell you what they do below. I would recommend, if we're going to be doing the challenge, you might want to focus on your health and defense, although in the end you're not going to be able to perform that well, so it doesn't really matter. I would strongly advise that when you do level this, do not go 10 higher. Like for example, if you have a 90, don't raise one past 100. Help keep everything balanced, no more than 10 above the others. Profile, you can look at boosts. You can apply boosts to other people, and it'll actually give them XP. So they have a daily sign-in boost, which they get immediately on the game. The blue is what you can use your cards on. It only gives you a small percentage of what you can get with the max number as a total. So like if I had 1 billion boosted, I'd only get a specific amount on a game. And then account XP, that's pretty much just as you would expect. Over time, you will build up a certain percentage for what the boosted XP can render out for the its total. So let's say its total is based on what level zone you're in. So like if you're in Stonewood, you're only going to be getting anywhere between 40 to 120,000. But if you're in Twine Peaks, you'll get anywhere between 4 million and 5 million. When you're boosted, at 5%, let's say if it gives you another 400,000, it'll give you 5% of that. But if you're boosted high enough and it's a 30, then it will give you 30% of the 400 in addition. So that would be whatever that adds up to. I don't really want to do the math right now. Alright, so we have Armory. Armory are schematics. You can rotate. The exclamation is what you have that's new. The schematics that are favorited. the collection book. Collection book is important. You can throw this into your journal and it'll give you XP, which will give you free rewards. So anytime you see anything in there, if you don't plan on using it, throw it in the collection book. If there's something that you don't want to delete, which is what the favorite is going to be about, what you would do is you click on it and you check the favorite. That will keep it from ever being able to be deleted until you, or recycled, until you uncheck it. Like if you have a Founder's Llama, there are Founder's weapons that you can only get out of it, like the Wasp, the Drum Roll, or other things. These are exclusives, so if you get rid of them, you won't be able to get them back. They're not really useful. I just hold on to all of them that I get. Alright. Backpack storage. So when you're going in to do some upgrades, let me find a weapon. Fuck it, let's go with this one. Alright, so that's a rendering issue. So you have your options here, you have your perks, and you have your crafting, or what it tells you to. If you don't know what the name is to the icon, you can always rotate with the right analog. When you're looking at an item, it'll tell you what you need. The other thing that you need to look at is, if you look over down here at the upgrade, you can level it, which will put XP, which will raise the power, as well as the other stats. You can evolve it when you hit the level cap, and it'll turn into the next one. So like this will, when you evolve it, it'll take schematic and pure drops of rain, weapon designs. You get the designs by recycling weapon schematics. Drops of rain you can get by missions or by buying them, and then schematic XP you get by missions. When you evolve it, it'll change some of its materials that it needs, as well as a sudden jump in performance. So it'll also open it to P10 of 20, and then when you hit the max 20, you evolve it. And at some point, there will be an evolution where you have two paths to choose from. The first one will be Obsidian, that's durability. The second will be Shadow Shard, that's damage. Everyone mainly just goes Shadow Shard. If you mess it up, there is no way to take it back. So when it comes to the exclusive weapons, if you to upgrade your game edition, like the Nocturno or the Blazing Massimine, if you make those Obsidian, you're pretty much SOL, and that is not an understatement by any means. I kind of did that with my other Massimine, my purple one, the one that came out immediately, and I was freaking out. But you best believe I was happy when I found out I could get the legendary version. So when you go into upgrade, it's down here. You have to have a certain amount of shield defenses on your Stonewood, do the launch, a certain amount of shield defenses on your Plankerton, and do the launch. We already done both your launches, so we'll do that eventually. When you get here, there are different colored ratings of the perk ups, and then there's also reperks. The reperks is part of your upgrade, or you could go down below and it'll stay the same rarity. It'll take 600 reperk, but you can choose what you want. So this is a level 4 getting ready to upgrade to a level 5. You can see that I need schematic, drops of rain is 80, weapon designs is 18, lightning in a bottle is 33, Eye of the Storm, evolution material is 22, and the storm shard is 11. One thing to keep in mind is that when you upgrade, in the past you used to be stuck there, but now that they implemented a reverse crafting system, when you go into a game to craft, you can actually press X on something and you can scroll between what star rating that you want to craft it on, which takes different materials that you may or may not have at a certain given time whenever you need to. You don't necessarily want to waste 130 unless you're in a 100 plus zone, but in most 100 zones you could just use the 106. Another example is you're fine with using the 106 in like an 82 zone if you have the stuff to spare. But if you're like anywhere such as Canny or Plankerton, if you don't want to waste 106s, an 82 is fine. That takes Malachite, which you'll eventually get to discovering later in the game. Alright, collection book. This is a useful one. So, like you can see, I'm level 140. In the past, you used to be able to get V-Bucks for free, like when you hit 25, 71, and some other level. Each time you hit one of those bigger milestones, you get 500 V-Bucks on the spot, but they took that out. Now it'll be random rewards. Pressing your key on it, the info or your X or your square, whatever you're using, will let you see what your next 3 is and what your next major milestone is. That journal icon when you're looking at your schematics will let you add things into the book. You can also do that while you're looking at things like your heroes. You could find what you can or cannot add into the book. You can do the same with defenders and survivors. So like you can see, I have some of these characters sitting in my inventory right now, and like they're still purple because I'm waiting to get the flux to evolve them later on and put them away. That's why they're marked for saving for now. You can also recruit things. So like something that we should do is before this day ends, we need to get you all 10 flux purchases. It's 75 gold a piece, so you need 750 gold. Because it will take 100 flux to recruit a legendary hero, and you can only get 50 in a week. So that's the biggest thing we have to do. And you can recruit anything. The other thing that it'll take is training manuals, which you get by recycling heroes, which you can get by just trashing them when you don't want them. You can also recruit mythics. Mythics take a lot more though. It's 250. They do have some OP perks, but the 250 will take you roughly 5 weeks. Each class and subclass, they play differently than the other. A lot of people would prefer to run as a striker or a pathfinder. Or in a ninja's case, they might decide to choose whatever's best for them based on how they play. Right, then we have personal. This is your journal on your hero, or not your heroes, but your secondaries, like your defenders, survivors, lead survivors, and uniques. So survivors are the subordinates that serve in spaces 2 through 7. The lead survivor is the first space, it's number 1. Like I said, it goes based on personality, and after that you can focus on your performance. But if you're really low level, just add them up for your performance or for your leveled experience, like the leveled experience and stuff. Where the power level or pump levels into something, you probably want that as best, but the higher rarity is better.
That makes sense.
Because the higher rarity has a higher level that you can get out of them, which means you can get a higher power level. So you want your best, strongest combination.
So what if I like a specific class, like say I like the ninja class, would I be able to just like focus on leveling them up?
You could, if
regardless
you
of the other one. If I wanted to, it's just like my option, but there's gonna be like better classes that are suited for different things.
Well,
like say for example, if I use the Ragnarok
really special about them is the double jump.
Yeah.
That and the sword slash, but most people just fight for the double jump. The Outlander is the fastest to farm, so even if you don't have a high level pickaxe, you could still farm with the anti-material charge, and there's only a couple seconds to recharge it to use it again, and it'll let you destroy everything immediately, instantly, and collect it. Apart from
that makes sense. I just like that white ninja girl. She looked cool when I saw her the one time.
Oh, you won't be able to get her. She's exclusively
No?
limited.
Oh, okay.
but there are other versions of her that you can get.
Do you have any of them? Or would that be
Anything
looking at
that's
them?
lit up, I have. Anything that's darkened, I don't.
Oh, would you be able to show me her? That's what she looks like?
Well, this is the one that you can get.
Yeah,
at
that...
any given time. And then when you evolve her, I think her colors. Oh no, her colors don't change. Some of them do. Like if you want to evolve
But
it,
she gets the
if you
HUD.
like the color, just be sure to check, because if it changes color, you might not want to evolve it. But here's the other thing about the evolution.
Yeah.
So when you look at a top class, a legendary, it'll have stats going from 1 to 30, and then after that, like 40 and 50s, it's just bonuses to their base stats. But if you were to look at a lower level, it's not going to have 1 to 30. It'll have less than that. For each level down, it's less. Like this is like there'll be a lock. Like you can still see it, but there'll be a lock for a cap restriction. It's like a grain really isn't going to be able to do much. See, like right here, it's really super low. And like I said, even though it's the same character, some skins change colors when you evolve it, and there is no way to make them go back. So if you play for that, that's up to you. Defenders, I'm sure you can see the weapon icons on them. They are restricted to only use those kinds of weapons.
Yeah, this entire video has been great. I was gonna say, like, it was almost like I was watching an actual YouTube video.
Well, you're on YouTube, dude.
I know, but you know, I had like the same, like, you know, feel like as if I was just watching like a straightforward video. You were doing a really good job explaining everything, and it was very in depth.
On to traps. Traps have different effects for different things. Wall darts. In order to place these, you have to have a full 9x9 square wall. A default wall, if you will. When any mobs walk across it, it launches darts, and the darts go on until they leave render. I think it's like 6 tiles or something. And it'll damage anything in its path. So you could use this pointing towards a spawn. But if you're doing it like in a death tunnel, that it's a 1x4, and they're walking, and it's, you know, because it's the one, that will be all those walls. Putting the darts there would really just be a waste.
Because it would just be going the one square.
Yeah, but the electrics are better. They can actually chain up to 3 tiles. Their default tile, 1 forward and 1 backward in a full circular direction. So that is also useful. Well, up until they collide with the structure, of course, but they do spread damage and they do high damage. They take more to different materials to craft. This is the other thing that you want. You want to have different traps for different materials. Like this is a gear, a battery, and nuts and bolts. The gear will change in your level. But for example, if you were to look at these darts, it's super cheap. It's duct tape, a nature resource like twine, tiki twine, whatever kind of twine that you have based on the level that it needs. Planks you can get just by breaking wood materials. You can make duct tape with resin and fibrous herbs. Fibrous herbs are also used for creating traps as well, especially with the gas traps, which I'll get to in a second. So wall pushers, you can put on the wall. It takes a full solid wall. It'll knock back. The higher the impact, the longer they'll be stunned lying on the ground. This is also electric. It's not as potent though. Ceiling traps. When you are higher level, there will be these little slugs floating above the husks. They provide shields.
I've seen them.
Gas traps are the best thing to kill them immediately. Anything else can do damage to them, but unless they're high level, they won't kill them immediately. But the thing with the gas traps is it does AoE damage and damage over time. So that is useful. But electric trap is also useful because of the range effect as well. You can use these two, but not many people do. these are your main priorities. As for walls, you want priority for the shock and priority for the darts. Or not the darts, but the wooden wall spikes. After that, you want wall launcher. And then anything else is your choice. Floor traps. We have floor launchers. So what you can do is you can set this up on the ground, and you can set like a sloped ramp over it. So if like the Atlas objective, if we were to make a box rather than a pyramid, you could set this on the ground just outside of the box and put ramps leading up and away from your source. So that way when husks walk on them, when they get pushed into the air, they'll brush against the ramp, and based on the way that it's angled, they'll go flying in that direction, like 2 or 3 spaces. Really useful if you have a hole in the ground that the husks can't escape from, or if you can throw them off the map, or just to simply buy time, especially when it comes to smashers. Wooden spikes, same thing with the wall, low cost, convenient. If you're in a high level zone and you have a high level legendary wood spike, it's very useful and cheap to make. Healing pads will heal you when you walk over them. You have the floor spikes from Royale. Freeze traps, when they walk over, they'll slow down. Patrol wands, it doesn't really work well when you're doing SSDs, the storm shield defenses, but it does work well when you're doing other things or objectives that you don't want them to interfere. This actually restricts husk spawns, so they can't actually get closer, or they can't spawn closer. It'll keep them at bay. You got your cozy campfires and your flame grills. Flame grills and spikes are your best damage. Flame grills is what you want to use with freeze traps at your home bases for shield defense. And when it comes to actual performance, you'll be going between these and these two as well. Whatever you're willing and comfortable with sacrificing the materials for. Event schematics. This is timed events. Timed events that you can get from the event lobbies, which you have to earn tickets for. You can earn tickets by meeting certain conditions, for like playing the game for the bonus rewards, or if it's part of the default reward, or if you do repeatable events. Like there are repeatable events that you can abuse and some that you can't, depending on the situation. You can also perform the actual event thing as well.
Would you like to go play Battle Royale? And
yeah, after
go farm some of those gold guys? Cool.
This is getting saved to my YouTube channel, so I'm just going all the way through and go straight into that for you. Besides, you need the information.
Oh, I wish I wasn't talking over then.
Oh, you're good. I actually don't mind. I want the feedback. Right. So there are other things. So you got your default, and then you got your crystal. Crystal is pretty much what you can see when it goes 4-star. It takes, it'll take quartz rather than the standard. Like rather than the metal or the ore standard, it'll take the quartz. Some of these, I wish I knew of the journal back then, because I literally had everything being from before season 1. Well, technically season 0 for me, but I wasted so much of it. Like I had the neon sniper, which lets you see through walls and things like a ghost sniper, which is amazing. But I did not know, so I trashed 5 of them even when I returned. I even trashed some of the husk survivors that would have given me my rocket launcher from the Halloween event. I do have the Noble, but it's in my inventory. The Noble launcher is one of the best. It competes with the Santa's Little Helper. The Noble will create like a wire going left to right when you charge it, and anything in its path will die. It goes straight forward. It goes on forever. Now these event weapons you can never get. They're gone for good.
Yeah.
Now I do have a belief that when the game goes free to play, they'll probably do like a master event llama, and you can get like these tickets at any given time, and probably have a chance of taking a roll for one of these things randomly. And they might even do a bi-seasonal event where if they don't have a solid new event, they will have a specific set that's locked down to something else. So there might be a way to get that. They might come in after the hero update. I certainly hope, at least.
I don't think it would.
So what?
I said I don't think it would. I think it would be exclusive to the people who did the events. They get to show them off.
Well, yeah, there's the heroes that are exclusive too, but it would be interesting if some people could get that. At least the weapons, the heroes are the heroes or whatever. No promises, but I would like to see it.
Yeah, same.
Now, some of these weapons you can also recruit. Like one of your weapons that you definitely want to get, you can't get the Nocturno, but you can get a Siezebreaker. It's the equivalent. Just doesn't have triple rolls on criticals, but I don't use that anyways. But I would recommend getting this. This is a decent weapon. It is an amazing weapon. It has the damage
It's
and
called the Hydra?
ammunition of a shotgun, but the range of a scoped assault rifle without having a scope. It is amazing.
Let me check if I can buy one.
But you don't have the flex for it.
I mean, there's people on GameFlip that are selling these things.
Oh,
Called the Hydra.
don't. I mean, you can do trades and everything, but don't actually pay for a crafted weapon. You want the schematic.
Well,
crafted
it would
mount.
be GameFlip bucks, not actual money. So I get
Same
credits
for
from
bucks.
Game. So on GameFlip, whenever I do training people on Rocket League, I get GameFlip bucks, not actual cash, and I can use that for different things on GameFlip that would require
Dude,
cash.
I can
So-
craft hydras. I can give you them for free.
Okay.
I can craft most of the
That's-
stuff you need. Actually, all
Yeah.
the stuff you need. Alright.
Even the pickaxe.
Well, the pickaxe is a harvesting tool. You have to upgrade
Yeah.
that naturally.
How would I do that?
You would raise your power level and meet certain requirements.
Okay. My power level's at 40
Now, the
right now.
expansion weapons you can get at any time, or you can recruit them when you're ready. But the
Okay.
event stuff is locked. So that pretty much covers the journal. Then we have transformations. So over time, when you collect survivors, it'll give you people. Like it'll be like a icon that pops up, and you can create certain things. It'll have a cost, but you'll actually have
Gotcha.
to read above it. Because if you go through the first bar, I'll show you here. I'm not gonna actually want to sacrifice these because I need these. You only deal with the lower one, like this. Alright, so you see how this one's blue, but it's purple. The first bar is a rarity. The color identifies the rarity, so you need a solid rarity of NSA max in order to get what you're expecting. If you don't, I'll do this for you here. See how the blue is max, but the purple is not? It won't make any difference.
Yes.
If you go with the transform, it'll take the purple, and it'll give you a blue. Now, this is useful because when you sacrifice these cards, it'll give you the same sources that it would if you were to recycle them outright anyways. So it's like a win-win scenario. You just have to have the people for it. Now, you cannot craft survivors like I can because I have the Ultimate Edition and Limited Edition, so I can make as many purples as I want whenever I want. But I don't really need them because I'm already on solid legendaries and mythics. But it is OP. So OP. Alright, item shop, you have to be careful with this. You could accidentally come in and say, oh hey, let me claim this free mini llama that I got from a mission, or oh hey, let me rotate here
And you
press
buy
A by
something by
mistake,
accident.
and suddenly accidentally buy a fucking llama for no reason and waste my V-Bucks. So
Yep.
be careful with that. Pardon the
Okay.
language. When you hit your right
You're
trigger or you click on your area, it'll kick you to the event page. The left side is the seasonal. When the season's over, they're gone, and they're gone for good. The right side is your weeklies. You can get unlimited purple schematics that you can buy. You can get other things, survivors outright that you can buy, which I would also recommend, especially at your level. You can buy blue heroes, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend that unless you have the gold to do that and to waste time in 2 weeks for purple. That would be a lot of gold to run through. At the very bottom, though, you will see that there are things that take coins. There's usually 2 in a week. And what these do is they are connected to the dailies. You can find your dailies here.
Should I buy any of this stuff? Because I have over 2,000 gold.
Oh, really? Well, we'll go through that in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can stack up to 3 dailies. You can only get 1 daily at a time, and you can only rotate 1 mission. Same thing as the you know, your battle royale. When you do it, you get 50 V-Bucks and 100 daily coins. There are other side challenges that you can do for extra rewards as well. Like hold the door if I complete 7 shield defenses, even if they're not my own. I'll get the 50 V-Bucks. And if they are my own, then I would just get 50 V-Bucks on top of the 100 piece. Although they did change the game now, so even if you do the shield defenses early, you won't receive the 100 V-Bucks until your campaign progresses far enough, which is a very sad story. But after shield defense 6, you can go and do 7, 8, 9, and 10 and get them immediately. Now before they did this patch, you could actually do them early, receive 100 V-Bucks, progress your campaign to where it requires you to do it, and receive another 100, so it's like 200 for each defense, which is very broken but very helpful. It is amazing.
I had a question for you. So what if I saved up 500 more gold and got the Ice King?
He's a constructor. We still have 3 weeks.
Would he still be?
So, yeah, a constructor isn't really good in combat, to be completely honest with you, unless you're comfortable with it. You can look up a playthrough or a play session of him, and like a review, and then you'll also want to look up one for like other characters, like an Outlander or a Ninja, and just watch those playthroughs and see exactly how they play and what you would be interested in. Study up on that.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say he's an epic rarity, and you know, wouldn't that be useful for
He's a legendary.
you know, yeah, legendary. Should I go through and buy a pickaxe or anything out of this stuff?
Well, again, you can't really buy a pickaxe. This is a melee weapon, and it does not harvest anything. The only thing that'll harvest materials is the harvesting tool. The anything you see is a melee weapon after that.
Okay.
And it has no impact on collections.
Is there anything you recommend I immediately buy?
So you said you have 2,000. What else did you have?
I have 2,301 and 0 copper coins.
Okay. And when you look at your squads, how many do you have open?
Squads?
Yeah, survivor, our armor, our command survivor, or command survivor squads.
Yes.
Do you have any slots open? Or do you not have squads at all?
Hold on. That robot thing is talking to me. Okay. I have one called Scouting Party. And it has, the first thing is locked, and then I have 2 people in it, and then the rest are locked. I have no leader, and I have 2 squad members.
Okay, what rarity are in those 2 slots?
I have rare and then common.
Alright, so go ahead, back to the event store, and buy the legendary on the left. And then buy both of the purple survivors.
Hold on, the armory slot?
Armory? What do you mean armory?
What do I buy on the left for the event?
Item shop and then event. The item shop has Pinata and events.
Yeah, so I'm under event. Is it under event items?
Yes. At the bottom.
And then what am I buying? Survivor?
You're looking for the legendary survivor? You'll buy that one?
Yeah, buy it.
Yep.
Alright.
And then get the 2 of the purple ones as well. later on, when I carry you through, these will come in handy. They'll help push your level,
Alright,
which will allow
you
you
got
to
it.
do SSDs early.
Alright, get a command.
And how much gold do you have left? I believe you just used 700 and 500, so that should be 12 out of your 230
Yeah.
something.
So, should I assign all these to my squad?
Yes.
Alright, they're already assigned. My best
Alright,
two.
and how much more gold do you have
Scouting
left?
party 9. Everything else is locked, but it lets me have these two things.
Yeah,
I have
how much more gold do you have in the
1,101.
event? 1,101?
1,000. Yeah. So, I don't.
Go
I
ahead
can only
and
have
buy all of the epic or legendary flux. buy all
the
of
top
it.
right one.
It's 0 for me, so it's no longer top right, so it'll be the gold one. Buy all 10.
All 10. Alright. All the legendary flux.
Alright, and how much do you have left? It should be 250 something.
350.
350. Alright.
Try to buy the pure drops of rain.
No, we can farm that super quick, like no big deal. Alright, so buy the how many can you get? Let's see here. Where is the green?
The epic flux.
Do they not have the green?
Green what?
Alright, so buy the blue epic perk up, or a rare perk up. As many as you can.
Which one?
The blue one.
The flux.
No, the blue rare perk ups. It looks like a computer chip with a cartridge on top.
Yeah, I can buy one.
Yeah.
Should I do that, or should I buy Pathfinder Jess, the hero?
You know what? Go ahead and get her.
Is she good?
She'll be a decent starter.
Alright. Bought her.
And then buy the blue flux after that as much as you can.
I can buy 6. Bought all 6. Yeah.
Alright, so if you got 6, then you only need to get 4 more, right? To get 100. When you do that, you can
Well,
level up to blue.
The only problem with Pathfinder Jess is that she has less health than Ramirez.
No, she'll fix that eventually.
Alright, so should I inspect her?
Yeah, go and inspect her under the manage. Go ahead and